Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to be talking about the WWE, um, the WWE's way they're going, as well as mainly the whole thing with Sasha Banks. Monday Night Raw had a shocking return. Sasha Banks made her return to the WWE, first time since the loss at WrestleMania 35. And, it was quite an interesting turn. I like that Sasha's back. I'm glad she's coming back to the WWE. I'm very happy for her because I think she's the most underappreciated woman wrestler on the roster. Currently, I think she's far better than any of the women that are currently on the roster right now. And she gets, screwed up. Every time she won the title, when she defended it, she lost it. So she would win the title, and then her first title defense, she would lose it. It was so stupid. You have characters like Charlotte that people don't like because she pretty much gets everything handed to her on a silver platter thanks to her dad. Don't get me wrong, Charlotte Flair is a good wrestler. I'm not saying that she isn't, but I don't think she would be getting as many opportunities as she does if it hadn't been for her dad. There's no way you can convince me that she would have been in the main event of WrestleMania 35 had it not been for her father. Period. That match should have been Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. Period. That should have been the main event. If you go to that whole standoff, right at the night after the Royal Rumble, the Raw after the Royal Rumble, you knew you had a memorable one-on-one match for that women's title at WrestleMania for the main event. You knew you had it, and instead they decide to add Charlotte there, and I thought the whole storyline was clustered as frig, because they just kept going back and forth, whole injury, not injured, and then they went into this whole charade where they had Ronda turn heel. Then they at the last second decided to have Charlotte be the SmackDown Women's Champion instead of having that title be defended by the SmackDown roster. They decided to just have it as a winner take all 3-way. It was just a mess. It was a messy storyline, and it just was stupid. Obviously, I'm glad that Becky Lynch got the big win there, but it was just not good. It was not a good build-up. They ruined the build-up by doing that. It should have been a babyface versus a babyface. It should have been a babyface Ronda Rousey powerhouse versus a underdog Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch comes out with the win. And of course, they had to put Charlotte in there. Now you got Ronda. Oh, not Ronda. Ronda's out. Well, Ronda's, she's been out since WrestleMania. But now you got Charlotte, who quit right after WrestleMania, and now she's back the day after SummerSlam. One of the interesting things is that she turned heel, but she had a wig of her old pink hair that she used to have, like as her real hair. Her real hair color, and she, attacked Natalia, who was injured, and she attacks her and reveals that her pink hair is now a wig and that her real hair color is now blue. I don't exactly understand the concept of having Sasha Banks' hair dyed blue to her being a heel. I don't understand, what exactly makes her blue hair make her a bad or a villain character. I don't get the concept. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make sense to me if you ask me. I guess this is supposed to be now their WWE stereotype of what a woman villain character is supposed to look like. I guess I don't know. With males, they usually have the weird beards, like CM Punk used to have that. Like when he went to the Straight Edge Society angle, where he was the leader of the Straight Edge Society. They had him wear the beard that looked like I always say it looked like the Fidel Castro beard. They had him do that type shit. I don't know if this is supposed to be their stereotype, but I don't think it's a good one because I don't know anybody who's going on out saying that blue hair is supposed to be villainous. You guys can comment down where you think that, but nonetheless, Sasha Banks is a heel, and I'm very happy for that because she should have been a heel a couple of years ago. I think she should have turned a long time ago. Sasha is a much better heel character. And we'll see where they're taking this. I hope they don't change her music because, her music actually is good for heelish too. She started out with that, so I wouldn't get rid of the music. Obviously, they're gonna have to change some of the posing and stuff like that. But she's been a heel before, so they'll figure it out. Where they're gonna take the direction of the character. I would like to see her win at the Clash. Against because it seems like that they're going to have Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the title, and I'm going to assume that that Banks is going to win, unless they're going to basically just screw her over. Which I think would be stupid because, this looks like a premier, heel turn. Not a burial type heel turn. So, I think she's going to win at the Clash. I think because Becky has held the title since Mania, and ever since WWE did the whole open relationship thing with Seth Rollins, who's now the Universal Champion again. Ugh. Should be Braun Strowman, but once again, WWE ruined that. Ever since they did this whole, because for anyone who doesn't know, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins legitimately are boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. WWE basically decided to turn this into a storyline. And use that for them on television, so they actually went public with their being a couple, so they can now do this storyline. And so they intertwined the Baron Corbin storyline with Rollins and the Evans storyline that Becky Lynch was having at the time. And ever since that, Becky Lynch has kind of floundered a little bit because of that, because not many people are very interested in Seth Rollins as Universal Champion. So I think this is a good way to kind of, up the ante to, her fan base. I really think it would make sense for Becky to lose the Raw title at the Clash, so Becky then can chase the title again. Maybe later down the line, but I feel like Becky should chase the title again. Maybe at next year's WrestleMania, if they choose to do that, which I'm assuming they're going to, because she's like the hottest thing right now. She's on the cover, even though she has to share it with Roman Reigns, which she shouldn't have to. It should just be her on the cover. I've already ranted about this before. It should have been her as the first solo female character on the cover. But yet again, we have to have two people on the cover now. Roman Reigns, just can't stay out of the spotlight. I mean, he's not been in the title hunt, the world title hunt, for a while. But I mean, now they have to keep him in the spotlight by putting him in the cover with Becky, which I just think is dumb. Point being, I think this could be a good angle. Depending on, like I said, I really hope this is not just a burial of Sasha Banks, like they're currently doing with Dolph Ziggler, which is really unfortunate for Ziggler. Like Ziggler, then he lost to The Miz. Obviously, it's just dumb. So I don't know what they're doing with Sasha here, but I'm really hoping this is going to lead to good things for her. We've been hearing a lot of things about what's going to happen to Sasha Banks. She quit, obviously, after WrestleMania this year, and she's been gone ever since, and now she's back as a heel. Like I said, I don't know where they're going with this. Or where the direction is. Like I said, I just hope this isn't a burial of her. I hope this is legitimately going to be a push for her, and at some point to win the title, because she definitely deserves it. To me, in my personal opinion, she is the best wrestler, or best women wrestler currently on the active roster right now, and definitely is underutilized. And as a heel, I think she can really benefit from it very, very nicely. And we'll see where this goes. I'm glad she's in this, appears to be in a big title hunt now with Becky Lynch, and we'll see what happens at the Clash if this match happens, and if she goes out on top here, because like I said, I think it would be better right now for Becky to lose the title, since she's had the title since WrestleMania, which is like 5 months now. Almost 6. Well, it will be 6 months, I think, by the time she wins the. By the time she would lose the title at Clash, so I think this would be the best way to go for the storyline, and have her chase the title. But we'll see what WWE decides to do here. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what the blue hair is supposed to signify, or why blue hair makes her a heel. I don't know. Maybe you guys can figure that out, but I don't see what makes blue hair her a heel over pink hair. It's a hair color. Like, come on, guys, now. It's a hair color. It's a hair color. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what the frig? But I guess that's what we're going with here. Well, is Sasha, like, because is Sasha even on the Raw roster? Well, I mean, technically it doesn't matter, because there's a wild card. They have the wild card rule, right? Which is just stupid to begin with, because it was only supposed to be like 4 people from SmackDown that could be on Raw, and then vice versa per show. But obviously that's gone completely out the window, like, because multiple people come on the show at once. But no, I don't exactly know if Sasha is considered part of the Raw roster or not. But maybe they could just say, well, she quit and now she's back. Her contract was terminated. Her kayfabe contract was terminated, and now she is re-signed with Raw. They could, like, do some bull crap like that, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, guys, I don't know what I don't know what the whole blue hair is supposed to represent. Like, what the how that's no, I mean, I wouldn't have an issue, but I don't see like why they emphasized on it, because the pink hair, like, was a wig. which was her original hair color. Well, not her original hair color, but that was like a hair color she had been using as a babyface for a while. And so when she returned tonight with the wig, with the pink hair wig, to make her look like a babyface, and then she, decks, Natalia, and then reveals it's a wig with the blue hair now as her hair color. I like, what I'm saying? Like, they forced on that, like, like that was a big deal. And that's the only reason why I'm really questioning it, is like they really forced on to the fact to try and hide the fact that she's wearing blue hair and try to make it look like that's a bad thing, that she's wearing blue hair. So that's really where I don't get it, on why it's such a big deal. We'll see where this is going. This is probably going to make Raw a little more interesting. Obviously, Raw has had the worst ratings of all time this year, as well as SmackDown. The ratings have been terrible. People aren't watching the shows anymore because they don't push the right people. They didn't push Braun Strowman when he should have been pushed ages ago. They kept putting the title on either Roman and now Seth, when Braun is like the guy who's been most over. They ruined him by having Brock beat him in Saudi Arabia. And then, of course, you hear that story that Dean claims happened, that, basically at SummerSlam, Braun was supposed to win the title, and Brock decided that wasn't going to happen, or some shit like that. So, yeah. Like I said right after the Saudi Arabia event, and everyone got on me and said, oh, just wait, he'll get his time. Well, over a year and a half later, where's his time? Where's his time, people? Where's his time? He's been far away from the damn Universal title as humanly possible. Okay? Where's his time, people? Where's his time? Where's his time? He's been screwed over multiple times. That's what happened. Jeez. I just don't get WWE's backward logic anymore either. Yeah, their backwards logics makes no sense. Like, literally, he's like a muscular guy, which is what Vince likes, but yet they won't put the title on him. Yet when we had the debate between Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns, they put the title on Roman Reigns because he had more muscles than Daniel Bryan, even though Daniel Bryan was more over. And then and then it was like, well, now we have to put it over Roman because Roman, he's the guy I want as the champion, not Braun Strowman, who's the guy that the fans actually like. God, I'm just so glad that Bret Hart never had to go through this, because for anyone who doesn't know, Bret the Hitman Hart was not like Vince's guy. Like, he was supposed to be Lex Luger, but Lex Luger wasn't getting over with the audience, and so he went with Bret Hart as his guy, for WrestleMania 10. God, that's another thing. People is like, what's the debate between Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns, or Braun Strowman or Roman Reigns? WWE, when they did it the first time, they actually went with the audience's decision. This time they don't, because they are financially secured, right? They are financially secured. They don't have to worry about anybody anymore, so we're just going to do what we want. We don't have to worry about going out of business. We don't have to worry about, what got us to the dance to begin with, because the fans wanted something that, that they're not going to give us this time, because, they don't have WCW anymore. So I'm really glad there's AEW. I'm really hoping that AEW actually does something that can actually make another Monday Night War or whatever because I'm sick of this bullshit that WWE doesn't give what the fans want, and then they keep claiming on television, we're gonna give the fans what we want. Remember they said that? I laughed and I said, you watch within a couple of weeks. They ain't giving you what you want. They're gonna give what you think you want, which is what they want, which is what I've been saying forever, and no one listens. And I'll continue to say it because people don't seem to understand this is how WWE thinks. But no one listens until it happens. And then I'm there to tell you who was right, me. Because I know how WWE thinks. I've been watching the product since I was 6 years old, guys. I know how WWE operates. I know what they're thinking. Okay? Because I know... I've seen the matches. I've seen how they go. Like, if this person wins, most likely this person's going to win on the pay-per-view. Like, I just know what they do. I know how they, decipher these things, these details, and shit like this. And one loss to someone can really hurt their career. And this is what happened to Braun Strowman at Saudi Arabia when he lost to Brock Lesnar. Not to mention all the other times he lost to Brock Lesnar. But yet Seth Rollins can beat him. Seth can beat him, but oh no, Braun Strowman can't beat him. Braun Strowman, the guy who's like taller than Brock and more buffed than Brock, okay, he can't beat Brock Lesnar, but Seth Rollins can. Seth Rollins can, but Braun can't. Braun Strowman can't somehow. Oh, and he can beat Roman Reigns, but sometimes, but Roman Reigns can beat Brock. You know what I'm freaking saying? And Brock will be gone for another couple months. We're going to have more lame storylines with Seth, most likely. I don't know. It seems like they're going to go with an AJ Styles storyline, I guess. They've already did that, though, earlier in the year. So, I'm not complaining about AJ Styles because AJ Styles is phenomenal. No puns intended. I just don't know where they're going, and we'll see. We'll see if WWE actually turns it around, but the ratings have been going worse and worse and worse and worse each week this year, and WWE just doesn't seem to understand what the fans want. They don't listen to what the fans want. They keep doing all these desperate things like the wild card rule, the 24/7 championship. I heard they're going to return the King of the Ring now. Like, they're doing all these, old ideas, just to somehow get ratings. And I know the 24/7 championship has been funny, and it's been, cool with all these little, golf course, airplane title change, and hospital title chains and whatnot. But, that can only get people so far. And at the end of the day, that's not quality wrestling. That's 10 seconds of funny, jokey type stuff. And that's not going to help in the long run. Okay? Especially, don't get me wrong. I think the whole skits with R-Truth are funny. But they're not going to, they're not going to ultimately save these terrible ratings that are happening. AEW is selling out their arenas within 5 minutes that the tickets go on sale. WWE, the past couple of pay-per-views that they did, and even some of the Raws that they've done, have not sold out. People are not interested in WWE anymore because they're not doing what the fans want. Simple. It is a simple thing. Why are they not selling out? Why is AEW selling out? Because real professional wrestling fans want real wrestling. They don't want sports entertainment. They don't want this stupid BS that WWE is freaking presenting. I've gone to some of these indie shows. This is what fans want. They don't want this stupid BS shit that WWE is presenting, anymore. They don't want it. Okay, and no matter how much we tell them this, and people don't watch the shows. People don't go to their shows anymore. They don't sell out their major like pay-per-views. Most of them, not all of them, but like the fact that they don't sell out their pay-per-views anymore just tells you that they're not doing what the fans want. Okay, a company like AEW that's like brand new shouldn't be selling out right away, okay, over WWE, which has been around for several years, but it is. Because AEW is smart and they know. Cody knows what fans want. He knows what fans want. He knows what they want to spend their money on. Okay? Okay, not this stupid bullshit that you got going on that WWE wants to do. Okay, and that's why AEW is working. Now, I don't like the fact that the pay-per-views are on Saturday. I think that's a mistake. And hopefully they'll change it to Sunday on Sundays when, Sundays when WWE aren't doing pay-per-views. But hopefully eventually they'll be able to go to head-to-head with them too. Because I would like to see that. But, see another Monday Night War would be a legitimate Monday Night War. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I'm the Ultimate Goku. My favorite. Peace!